You gave us an email, and we read it once, but I'm going to read this again so people understand what we're talking about here. He sent us an email during the show about his relationship problem, and it says here, "Hey, DT crew, I'm having issues with the woman I'm deeply in love with. She recently decided to end our relationship. Her rationale was that we had a toxic relationship. By toxic, she meant like talking to me and being around me wasn't certain. I'm reading it like he wrote it. Wasn't certain she wanted to be with me. What do? I do not want to give up on our relationship. I do deeply love her, and I don't want to give up on her. How do I remedy the situation when she wants to give up?" We were questioning, at least I was questioning. Are you sure this is a relationship?
I mean, it seemed like it was a relationship. We both said we loved each other. I just assumed that we had something like that. Maybe I misread.
So, okay, what made it toxic?
From her perspective, she said that because we initially started, like, she didn't know we was going to get into a relationship from her perspective until we started, that started happening. And then I wanted to push for a relationship. And we was physical for, I don't know, a few months. And she wanted to move from that because she wasn't certain that she wanted to be in a relationship with me, but that's something I wanted to do. I just didn't want to just be physical.
I don't understand where it's toxic.
You know what? Let me just say this, because first of all, this sounds like a relationship that's still kind of young. Y'all weren't together. Were you together for a whole year?
Yeah, we talked for about a year, and then we were together for about a year.
For about a year, okay. Now the way you talk about this is, well, let me ask some other questions. Did you ever apply labels to the relationship? Were the words girlfriend and boyfriend used?
Not often, no. I gotta be honest,
brother. This is not going to a good place. Now I don't want to ruin your night here, but this ain't going to a good place. There were no concrete labels here. It sounds like she only kind of really committed to this because you were pushing for it from the words that you're saying right now. Because it says like she didn't. What I keep hearing is, I wanted this. I wanted to do this. She had to think about it. She wasn't sure. So it looked like you kind of were the one really pushing the hardest. She wasn't sure about it, and now she's finally made up her mind. And plus, it didn't sound like it was that formal in the first place.
I can see what you're talking about.
Breakthrough.
Okay.
Now, what I recommend, and this is not going to be what you want, and I've been there, my friend. I've been there until I realized how to be a little more, and I'm not saying this is you, but I've been there when I was not so confident and secure in myself. I attached myself to people and was kind of a little hurt when I didn't get the same thing back. But, I have to recognize situations for what they are. Sometimes people didn't like me. Sometimes, they weren't going to reciprocate the same feelings. And I had to learn to let it go. And if I did that today, I think that I would handle it a little better than when I was younger. But it sounds like you just going to have to find something else and let this one go. It's too bad, because the reality is, you're the one that says you're in love. I don't think she's in love herself. And if she did say she was in love, she probably said what you wanted to hear. Does it sound like that might be a possibility?
I mean, I didn't say it first. She kind of pushed for me to say it. So that's what's confusing about this.
Okay, so what do you want to have happen?
I want her to really make up her mind on what she want to do, because it sounds like she's kind of confused on what she want to do.
This girl is probably feeling a little bit pressured from you.
She don't want to hurt you.
And the thing is, you keep my man, listen, the more you keep pushing for this girl to do something that she's not sure about, don't want to do, the more you keep calling, the more you keep asking her, where are we? The more you keep trying to say, I want this, the more she's going to be pushed away.
For everything we've heard, she's certain. And if she comes across as uncertain, it's because you're a nice guy and she doesn't want to hurt you.
Why do you think she said I love you first? And the thing is, she says I love you first, and either, like I said, I'm not there. Either she don't know what she wants, she's confused, or there's something that you did to make her change her mind that we don't know about. Is there something that you did? What's the side of the story we're not hearing from you?
I mean, I
Jamal?
ain't gonna say I was perfect, but I don't think I did anything like, you know, I did push for the relationship, but I'm not gonna lie about that. But
I think we get to
nothing
the
too
bottom of this.
drastic.
I think we get to the bottom of this, Martin. I think this man just kind of pushed and became maybe a little clingy and just started like asking her about her feelings and what she thinks about this and whatnot. And you just kind of pushed her away. You might need a break. If anything, who knows what happens if you take a break and quit pushing so goddamn much. Tell her that I realize that I might not have been giving you the space that you need. You know, and I'm sorry about that. And I don't want to be that person. So, you know, if you need some space, that's fine. If we need a break, that's fine. But, you know, it would help me if you told me like how you're feeling right now and where you honestly see this going. And if you want this to go somewhere. And if not, that's fine. We take a break, we split up, whatever you need. Make this about her because you've been making this about you the whole time. For at least from what I've been hearing. You really kind of been making this more about you. And she probably needs to hear from you that I finally understand that I need to think about you for a change. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then maybe in whatever else she gives you, don't be like, well, come on now, you know what I mean? Really? I mean, we can don't do that shit. Well, fuck you, bitch. You know, don't do none of that. No, hell, you don't do. Just say, all right, I'm good with it. Give it a little time.
Yeah, no, give her every out.
Yeah, give her a little time, and if it looks like it's not happening, don't sit around playing the hope game. At some point, get out there and accept it for what it is. And brother, you know, you can go out there and get something else. She is not the only one.
She ain't been answering my calls, but let's see how that goes. But I'll just leave voicemail.
She's not answering your calls?
She not answering your calls.
Nah.
Bruh.
God damn, boy, you could have said a lot.
I can't believe I spent another 15 minutes.
You motherfucker.
This is done. It's over. Wow.
Let me stand away from this microphone. Let me stand back from this microphone. Boy! God damn it!
Whoa.
This damn dog got more sense than you right now. She ain't taking your calls.
We got trolled.
Are you?
Yeah.
You deserve everything you get. Get your ass out of here. With that, she ain't taking your calls, so this is a moot point, man.
I'm gonna say this one time. She dumped you. Dumped you. It's over, man. Just forget about it. Now you are free to pursue someone who actually is into you. Look at it that way.
Boy, we did all this conversation. She gave you the answer that you've been looking for the whole time. It's the answer that you didn't want, but it's the answer that you got she answered you by not answering. What the hell is wrong? What is going on with you? That's about as clear a message as anybody could give you. Yeah.
Okay, all those silences.
Yeah. I told you, there's long pauses of disappointment. It's done, man. It's done. Shit, I'm gonna cut deep right now. She's probably fucking somebody else at this moment. And I'm doing that to help you just mentally embrace this. It hurts, man, but that shit is done. She ain't. How long has it been since she hasn't been taking your calls?
About 2 months.
About what?
2 months.
2 months.
Done with this shit. Got set up. God damn it.
God damn it. How can your friend say that?
Good
There's
night,
something
y'all.
wrong with her.
You know, I'm gonna let this dog take over. This dog will probably tell you. The dog got more sense than you. Pixie, tell her what's up.